Hello there, my name's Adam Hugill and welcome to my channel. It's been quite a while since I've made any gear specific videos. I previously made a video all about my bike touring, world bike touring setup as I cycled 20,000 kilometers through Asia, North America, Europe. This one is a bit different. This one is about my bike packing setup. So what's the difference between my bike touring setup and my bike packing setup? The main difference is really the bike I'm taking and in the nature in which I pack that. I think the bike that you take will define the journey you make. I just made that up, that's brilliant, I'll keep that in. Yeah, so the bike you take is the journey you'll make. I'm going to be taking a GT Spark full front suspension bike. It's a 2001 model. I've recently purchased that and it's so I can spend a lot of time up in the hills up here in North Yorkshire where I live. I've fashioned the bike to become a bit of a bike packing setup, so it's got some bags, it has no panniers on it, it's a lot more lightweight than my previous setup. I say that, but I still want to be able to carry all my camera equipment, and which I've had to reduce and kind of pick the things I need, and I still need to be able to pack all the essentials such as my camping gear, my food and clothes and wash stuff and hygiene and everything else. So this video, I'm going to go into the detail of exactly what I've packed. Let's talk about the bike. So the bike I'm taking is the GT Spark 2021 model. I bought this bike for just over £1,000 and it's listed for retail price at 1,400. I managed to get an X display model, so pretty happy with that. It's not a bike packing specific bike, so by that I mean it's got no mounts, as in mounts to put bottle cages on the front of your forks. It only has two mounts for one bottle cage within the triangle of the bike itself. There's nowhere for rear racks or anything like that, so to fashion this into a bike packing style bike, I really have had to just use bags and a little bit of just ingenuity, I suppose. I've put a few straps, a bit of black tape to get the forks on, and a few zip ties. Nothing that can't be done, and it means that you can really turn any bike that you've got into a bike touring bike, into a bike packing bike. My reason for not getting a bike packing specific bike was I want to be able to have a bike that I can also take up into the mountains just on a weekend or on my days off, and I didn't want to buy two bikes for two different jobs. I wanted to buy one bike that did both jobs, so really just reducing the amount of spends I've got to spend. The bike is tubeless ready. I currently don't have tubeless set up, and that's more just a time thing. I've just not had the time to buy the fluid and get it all done. So eventually I'll get it all set up tubeless, and that's something I'm going to be looking to do. It's got a dropper post. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's got 12 cogs on the back. I don't have a clue. 12 speed and one at the front. So I'll have a look at the ratios and I'll put what gear ratios and all that stuff. But basically, the bike's good enough to go. Right, shall we start with the cockpit? Let's go to the cockpit. So here we have my view, what I'd be looking down at as I'm cycling. So on my left, let's go over here. So on my left, I've got my cycle computer. This is a Garmin Edge 25, I believe. That's wrong. This is the Garmin Edge 200. I've had this since 2014. It's fairly cheap and it does the job. The battery lasts quite a long time and it only records my journeys. I don't use it for navigation. Coming further in, I've got two feed bags. So this left one, at the moment I'm just using it for a water bottle. So that's who I work for. Saab managed to acquire a bottle. It's got a little flicky spout and I'm using this to boost my water. Ooh, get in there. There we go. And here I just put my phone. It's got a drawstring so it can keep it tight, and I think that's pretty handy, so you often use that for navigating. So it's a good thing to keep handy. Gloves will normally be on my hands. This is very much a non-essential. A little speaker. Oh, yeah, I quite like it sometimes at night as I'm setting up camp, just to play a few tunes, which is good. Not essential. This is becoming very essential. So this is the buff. Let me take it off and I'll show you why. So the buff, this is going to be coming with me, and it's going to be used to keep my neck, keep that off the sun, and it's also going to be my face mask. if I need to go into any shops along the way, which is really useful. Here I've got my GoPro. It's attached to a big long selfie stick which I attach with a Velcro strap, and then down under here I have another Velcro strap which keeps it tucked in. So it's just strapped in, and I've got this that I can move around and I can adjust, which is very useful. Then at the front I have a bum bag, also known as a fanny pack in America, which I've attached here. I've strapped it in, it's strapped over these, it's also strapped over here, so it's pretty secure, won't bounce about too much. And in here will go my camera. The camera I'm using to film this at the moment will sit in here. Got a big space, and all I have at the moment is a glasses case with some sunglasses and my spectacles. So there we go, glasses. I've got a cable, and I have my money and some bank cards in here. So all that good to go. So yeah, leave that fairly empty, bar the essentials. In the front pocket I will be carrying some sleeves. I like to put these on my arms, these black sleeves, which I've made by Giant. I will be using my headphones occasionally. I have a drone battery, which I may find somewhere else to put that. I don't know if that's going to stay in there. And I have a lens. This lens, my zoom lens, 45 to 150. Decent lens. I like this lens a lot. Also in here, in this pack, I have batteries. So I've got a couple of these. I've got batteries, and I've also got a GoPro battery. This thing, only got one. These are expensive. Screw you, GoPro, making expensive batteries. Another good thing about having it as a bum bag set up on the front here, it means I'm able to take it off and wear it when I go into shops, which is really fashionable and cool, particularly when you're a 31-year-old grown man in England. Let's wear it now. Another option for the bum bag is to just have it while cycling. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it'll become rather uncomfortable, so I think I'd rather have nothing on my body and have it all laid up at the front. Right, let's go into that front bag, let's empty that. So in here I've got a Msr Summit. It's a 20 litre dry bag. I got this when I was in America. It's pretty heavy when it's fully packed right now, but it only opens from one side. The reason for that is because it's cheap. That was it, and it's multi-purpose. It's really durable, waterproof. It's extremely good. I used this for 6 months cycling from Alaska all the way down to Las Vegas. So right at the top I have my drone remote and my actual drone. Now this is the Dgi Spark Drone, so probably the cheapest, one of the cheaper drones that was out there. There's better drones out on the market now, such as the Mavic Mini or even the Mavic Air 2, I believe. So I've got that because it's the drone I have, and I'm not spending any more money on drones for the time being. I have the charger block for the drone. I may look to package that somewhere else, probably in the back bag when I find some space. I've got a jacket in here as well for quick access. This is just a windproof jacket, so packs down really light. Ron Hill brand, which is super cool. Also in here with the drone, I've got this to charge the drone batteries, of which I only have two. One on and then one spare. This here is a Snug pack jungle bag. It goes down to comfort apparently for 7 degrees Celsius or 45 degrees Fahrenheit, and as low as 2 degrees Celsius or 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Very much a summer bag. So it gets a bit chilly, which it can in England, even in August. This will be a bit cold. But I'm going to risk it for a biscuit. I'm using that bag because it's again a bag I've got. I'm not buying another bag. I'm taking this Anker solar charger. It's a PowerPort solar. It only charges. So look, I don't know if it actually works. I've not used it for a while. I should test it before I go. But yeah, solid Anker solar. May use that strapped to the front of my bike when cycling or when I stop, and it'll charge my phone, it'll charge my power bank up. That's really the aim of the solar. Continuing on, I've got the Msr Summit Comfort Plus sleeping pad. This is an absolute beast. It's not really lightweight, but it's super comfortable. I find lightweight and me and my body, with me being a little bit bigger, doesn't work that well. So no interest in lightweight really. I have my tent. This is a Montbell. It's the Stellar Ridge Tent 1. Stellar Ridge 1, so it's a one person. That is the outer, which will come in handy up in Scotland for sure. I'll need that. This here is the main tent, which I've last used when I was in America. And continuing on is the footprint. There's a little bit of the tent missing, which is the poles and the pegs. I think the pegs actually are rolled up inside here. There we go. Pegs are here. I may actually move them pegs and put them with the poles so they're all together. And the poles I've got in my frame bag, which we'll come on to next. Let's go to the frame bag. It's starting to slightly rain, which is classic your North Yorkshire. Hopefully it'll be a passing shower. So here I've got the Revelate Designs frame bag. This is a half frame bag which I've used really because it fits on my old Surly Dish trucker. If I was to really go and get something perfect, I would get a frame bag that fits this full triangle. However, I'm not going to spend money on another one, so at the moment I'm going to be riding a half frame bag. And I'll show you what I can fit in my half frame bag. So up in the top, first things first, my power bank. There we go, that's going to be charging my phone up to here. I have my water filter, brilliant piece of kit, Sawyer Mini, works a treat. In here I have the tent poles. These pretty chunky things I have sat at the bottom, and I'm now going to couple them. I've decided I'm going to couple them with the pegs. So I'm going to get them in the same bag, and that will help to keep a little bit of the weight and the clunk and the risk of breaking anything inside that front bag. I have a spare Velcro strap here which could come in handy, so I just keep this on the poles and have that sat at the bottom. I have a pump which I have velcroed up to the top. This is the Topeka road morph pump, works with Presta and Schrader. It's got a little pressure gauge on it, really thin relatively, and it's got black tape, which is Gorilla Tape, always comes in handy. You can never have too much Gorilla Tape. A spare inner tube. This is a 29-inch tube, ready for my 29-inch wheels. Let's go to the other side. So the first thing I have in this bag is my knife, fork and spoon. I always take a little butter knife, always good for spreading bread. Always take a fork, might as well take a spoon then. I have a Gerber Multi-Tool, essential, Leatherman or Gerber, something like this, with knives and pliers. Can be used for so many things. I have a rear light which is USB chargeable, and make sure it's fully charged before I leave. I've got a rag which I use for cleaning the back of the chain. Flint, bit of flint and steel. Really useful when it comes to starting my burner. It doesn't matter if it gets wet and it can't run out. So that's really ideal. Perfect little bit of kit. I have a little bit of this metal chain to keep the flint and the steel together. A pen, bike lube, repair patches, a brush for scrubbing the back of my rear cassette, an emergency spoke, really good bit of kit. Never needed to use it, but it could come in very handy. This here has my repair kit all stashed inside, of which there are gear and brake cables all tied up like this. I think that's a brake cable, and there's a slightly smaller gear cable. I've got a load of cable ties. These cable ties always come in handy. I have 2 tyre levers. Can get away with 1, but I'm not packing ultra light here, so 2 makes the job a lot quicker. A load of rubber bands come in handy, so they don't weigh anything really, so I take them. This here can connect to any chain, works absolute wonders. A multi-tool, with Allen keys, spoke tool, chain tool, a long Allen key, which is the head in which all my bike Allen key bolts work, and more patches. So patches, 1 tube. I may go for 2 tubes, but at the moment I'm choosing to go for 1. So there we go, that's all my repair kit. That's everything inside my frame bag. As you can see, just underneath my frame bag I have this bottle of water. This bottle is specifically a smart water bottle, and the reason being is this thread fits onto my filter, so my Sawyer Mini, which I have on the other side. I'll just take that out now, which I have quick access to. So I fill this up with dirty water if needed. I screw this onto the top. There we go, come on. That's interesting. It's something I've only just discovered. So I bought this smart water bottle in England with the thought, oh, smart water, that fits on a Sawyer Mini. I've just tried fitting it there and it's the wrong thread. It doesn't fit onto a Sawyer Mini. Now in America, the smart water bottles do, and that's the only time I've used it, whereas in the UK, British smart water bottles don't fit onto a filter. So something I need to get before I set off tomorrow from an outdoor shop is either the little bags, which you can buy for the Sawyer Mini. They're fairly cheap, but they often break. Or I need to find a bottle, a water bottle, which fits into the correct thread, so slightly thinner than this. That's good, I found out. I should have really tested that before this video. I should have known that that fit onto my water filter. It goes to show that not just to expect things to work and to test everything. So because I've not tested British smart water bottles and only used American, good lesson there. And something else I realised I didn't show you is my head torch. I have a head torch stashed away inside this inside the saddlebag. Just didn't see it when I unpacked it. Okay, inside here I've got a Samsung charger, British, 3-pin, because I'm going to be staying in the UK, staying in Scotland, in the UK, in England. Only need British. In here is one of the best bit of kits I think I have with me. So on this journey I can't take a laptop, and normally what I do with all my video footage is plug in my SD card and my hard drive and take everything off, back it up, good to go. Now I can't do that, and I don't have enough SD cards just to record a month's worth of footage. And I want to be able to back up that footage as well, rather than just having it on SD cards. So that is where this little device comes in, this RAV Power router. So you turn this on, you plug in to the top here an SD card, turn it on, and it turns into a Wi-Fi device. You then connect your phone to this Wi-Fi device, which has an SD card in it, and you can also plug in your hard drive or any other memory cards or memory sticks or anything in there, and then you use your phone as the interface. So you use your phone to copy files from SD card into the hard drive. Wonderful bit of kit. Also can be used as a power bank, tiny little power bank if needed, but I'm going to be using this for SD card backup rather than taking a laptop. So this has replaced my laptop, which is a lot cheaper, and it's a great weight saver. Get ready for the food. It's going to be a mixture of stuff in here. We've got some pasta and sauce, some couscous. Oh yes, honey. Bagged. Always bag your honey, you don't want it leaking. Right, rather than taking a multi-fuel stove, my Msr Whisper Light, I'm going to be taking this Whisper Light. I think it's a pocket rocket possibly. Anyway, it's the tiniest little stove. Look how small this is. It's absolutely tiny. But yeah, it's really good. I've used it a fair bit. It needs a gas canister, which I think is in the bottom of here, or it's in the bottom of the other one. But yeah, stove. And I'll be using the flint to get it to light, so it's got no lighter function. This here is a bag of oats in a dry bag, pushed, vacuum sealed. That'll last me a good few mornings. With a bit of honey, possibly some fruit, bananas, see as it goes. In here as well, is some MSR fuel, some gas that goes onto that stove, goes onto here, and then that's your cook system. Let's go to the other side. Oh, there we go. Bike's just changed around. This is my right hand fork. Let's empty this just as I'll pack it. In no particular order. Now, people with OCD might be a bit annoyed I've got things all over the place. Deal with it. Cables! Just loosely thrown in there. Again, may have found somewhere else for them. Don't know what I think about having that there. Along with this charges my batteries for my camera. So I need this cable to do that. This cable also charges my drone batteries. Kimchi noodles. Some pasta, linguine. My wash kit, which consists of a toothbrush, some soap and floss, and toothpaste, so it's very minimal. This here is the backwash device for the filter. Filter is pretty useless at the moment unless I have a bottle to use it on. So, but this, it keeps it running fast, and I just can't go without it. I feel if maybe for a couple of weeks you could, but I'm away for a month, I'll be using that filter a lot in the mountains. So, yeah. Looks like a bit of a syringe. A rather large 50-degree sun cream. I don't know if that's hopeful for the UK. We'll see. Sponge for washing dishes. A mini first aid kit consisting of plasters, bandage, I think diarrhea pills, some sterile solution, iodine, Diarrhelite, mini scissors and some skin closure sterile strips. Really, it's enough for burns, grazes, scratches and cuts. That's about it. And maybe a dodgy stomach. That's me. And some Sudocrem, which goes in the medkit. Always good for cuts and grazes. This fits perfectly at the bottom here. This is my kitchen sink. Now, I have everything packed, including the kitchen sink. I really enjoy this, and really I think I use this predominantly for washing clothes. 10 litre kitchen sink can carry 10 litres of water. For washing clothes, invaluable. When I was on my big bike trip, I probably use this every other day, very, very frequently. Right, that's that. One last bag to go. Let's do the rear saddlebag. Here we've got the saddlebag. It's an Alp kit saddlebag, and let me show you it in detail. It attaches here. It's got this strap here which attaches it to the frame. Normally it doesn't come with a bungee. I've attached that myself to attach my flip-flops or my thongs if you're Australian. These are the attachments. Here's my tripod that I'll be taking. Now I would choose to take a different tripod if I had a thinner, lighter one. These legs only extend to about here, so it's not the best tripod. It's a very cheap tripod. We'll see if I buy a new one. I would like a new one. I suppose I just can't take this absolute beast. This is my normal main tripod, and this is what I'm filming this video on. To take this alone would probably weigh as much as my bike, just that fluid head. It's always good fun on doing a bungee. So this bungee I found on the road. One of my favourite things on a bike trip is finding road bungees. Never bought a bungee in my life. The road provides for bungees. So if I loosen this, you can see that this is only attached. I loosen it a bit, the tripod is only attached by the bungee, which means quick, easy access to the tripod. If you don't have quick access to your tripod, you'll never use it. So you have to have quick access to a tripod. Don't put it in a bag, ever, ever. So it's not the most stable of saddlebags, I'll be honest. I've not got a lot of experience of using them, but I've seen others, and other saddlebags I've seen definitely offer a lot more stability. This one was fairly cheap, it was on offer. I'm going to sit down and let's empty this saddlebag. Here we go. So in this bag I've got my towel, a microfiber towel. I've got a pair of socks, socks times 1, socks times 2. I've got like a Nike t-shirt, quick drying sports t-shirt. I've got a pair of like synthetic Under Armour boxer shorts, I'll probably wear them on the night times. I've just pulled this out. I have SD cards. I've got a load of SD cards. In an ideal world, these would all be like 124 gigabyte, Ultra HD SD cards. Unfortunately not. I've got a load of 32s, a load of 64s, and yeah, I just can't really afford it, if I'm being honest. But that would be great if I could upgrade in the future. You just got to go with the kit you've got. So instead of getting a load of SD cards, I'm going to be carrying this, which has got I think it's a 1 or maybe 2 terabyte hard drive. Can't remember actually off the top of my head. And cables. All the cables are used for the hard drive cable. The GPS on the front, a little cable to charge. What does this charge? It charges my speaker, and it also charges my USB lights. I've got a GoPro charging cable in there as well. So cables galore. Keep them all packed to it, nice and tidy, and keep them dry. Anything electronic should keep dry in there. A head net. Now I think I'm going to remove this from here and put it probably near my cockpit. This will be invaluable when I'm up in Scotland and there's midges everywhere. I'll have sleeves on, jacket on, and I'll just be sat there like midges. Waterproof trousers. A big old down jacket stuffed down. It's a North Face jacket. It comes out and this keeps me nice and warm on those cold nights. Pots and pans and a bowl. So yeah, that's my fold away sea to summit pot, and the bowl in there, sea to summit bowl. Trousers, or pants if you're American. Yeah, these trousers, they're actually Canadian. I bought them from, oh no, they're American. I didn't buy these, I got these donated. These are REI, a pair of just like standard climbing trousers. I was at a Warm Showers host, and one of the previous guests had left these trousers. And she said, would you like a pair? That was in Oregon. Karen, thank you Karen. A woolly hat. Look at my hair. Yeah, this is a wool power hat, which is a Swedish company. I was actually given this by work. I work for a Swedish company, so Swedish stuff. Waterproof gloves. So one bag I've not really unpacked because there's nothing in it, but there's a toilet roll in the bottom. Is this restrap bag. This is normally designed to be a fork bag. It's like a mesh fork bag, but I decided to put it here between my legs, just on the bike frame. And the point is, I've got extra space in here if I need it to put foods and snacks and anything like that, quick at hand, just in that part here. So just an extra bag, could be useful. And that is all. The other things I'll be carrying obviously are helmet. I'll be wearing a different t-shirt to this, probably my maroon like sporty t-shirt I bought in China for like £4, and I'll also be wearing a pair of padded shorts, normal shorts, and just some hiking shoes. Nothing clipped in, no fancy pedals, just use normal pedals so I can get off and push my bike up them hills with no worries. Don't really like clip-ins when I'm on a bike trip like this. So there we have it. That is all of my bike touring kit for what is about to become my UK, England, north of Scotland bike trip for the next month. 4 or 5 weeks of cycling around Scotland, around the north of England and Yorkshire. The videos are about to come next. I'm going to be updating on Instagram, so this will be coming out just before I set off on the journey, the day before I go. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, there's a link in the bottom of the description. And if you'd like to subscribe to this channel and watch me as I cycle north through Yorkshire, all the way through up to Scotland and then into the Highlands, and I do the Highland 550 and hopefully go to Cape Wrath, John O'Groats, and then back down. The plan is to come all the way back down to Yorkshire as well, do a different route, but we will see. We'll see how much time we have and how long it takes to cycle it. So I'm really looking forward to this summer. It's been a long old wait. It's going to be COVID times, so it's going to be interesting to see how that is, but I'm looking forward to seeing my own homeland through a traveller's eyes. Right, I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye.